What's happening, folks? I'm going to give you something that you haven't heard on Watermine before. I'm going to give you the perspective of a seven-figure earner on Watermine. We're going to talk about what realistically could happen in the next 30 days, and I'm going to show you how to 100% be able to recoup some of your money. This is a bulletproof method, and it will work in situations like this. All that and more once we return. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Melvin, aka Dr. Money. If you've never seen me before, I'm a seven-figure businessman, and I have been helping people for the past 12 years to be able to establish multiple streams of reoccurring income with online ventures. Now, in this case, we're going to talk about Watermine. Now, the first thing I want to get into is for all those individuals who invested into Watermine, for all those individuals who lost money in Watermine, here's what I want to say to you. It is not your fault. See, a lot of people on the internet are bashing people who lost their money, saying, "I told you so," calling people idiots, calling people gullible. And that is not the correct way to advise people of their mistake. Okay. People understand it now. They're hurting emotionally, right? And so again, if you're doing that, then you shouldn't do that. If you tried to warn someone, then at least do it in a very respectful way. So for all of you guys are out there that have been hearing it, I don't want you to feel, even worse, and don't pay attention to those individuals that are calling you gullible, stupid, or whatever, because to the person who is looking for opportunity and who is not seasoned in really evaluating things online and who is really new to cryptocurrency, Watermine really looked like something that was legit. And honestly, Watermine, if you were referred to it, you were obviously referred by someone who was making a profit. It was paying out. And you didn't know when it was going to stop. You didn't know if it was going to stop. You figured this is going to be an opportunity to continue going more and more and more. And some people, had the rug pulled out from under them. This can happen. Now, to a seasoned, trained person looking at Watermine, yes, there were a lot of red flags. And when you come across things like this, you do have to be a little careful, but at the same time, I understand why people were putting their money into it, why people were really going hard at it, because the thing about it is a lot of people are in situations to where they need some money, right? And they are looking at probably the path of least resistance to making money, and they saw Watermine as that path. Now, my personal opinion about Watermine, I believe that Watermine literally was deceptive for a lot of people. And I think Watermine should be ashamed of themselves. And, yes, they were paying out, but this whole thing about, some hackers getting in and, doing everything, I'm sorry, I really can't buy it. Now, before you go in and say, "Hey, how can you identify with us?" Let me just kind of share with you my experience with it. Yes, I was invited to Watermine by someone that I literally trusted, a business colleague of mine. And I didn't want them to feel bad because they didn't know. But yes, I invested money into Watermine, but I only invested probably what I make in 1 hour. So I'll show you that in a little bit. So I invested like 1 hour of my profit, which for me, I didn't care whether I lost it or not because I was going to blow it on something stupid anyway. So my mentality was going into this as a potential gamble, right? And so a lot of times when you see something that you're unsure of, you want to get that mentality and say this: listen, I'm going to go in as a potential gamble, and I could lose my money. I could make it back. But hey, I'm going to put in money that I'm going to either spend or lose anyway. And this way, it doesn't become as financially devastating as it has for many, many people. And again, I'm siding with you here. A lot of people would not have known that this is going to happen. So let me just kind of take a look into the Watermine website, and I'm going to kind of point out some red flags that you may want to see in the future. And in this video, I'm going to also show you guys how to recoup some of your money if you live in the United States. That's right. You're going to show you a way that you can recoup your money if you live in the United States. So this won't be a complete total loss to you. So let's go into Watermine's website and check it out. Okay, folks, we're on Watermine's website. Now, looking at this with an untrained eye, it is easy for people to really believe that this is something that was going to be legitimate forever. Not to mention that Watermine did something that was really kind of untasteful. I mean, it's one thing to steal from me, okay? But it's another thing to be able to violate and invade my family and my friends and steal from them. See, what Watermine did was not only did they get you involved, but they offered you incentive to share. And what happened is they used your platform, your Facebook, to get other investors. And so this leaves you with a very bad feeling of being violated yourself, but also leaves you with a feeling like, man, I caused someone I knew to lose their money. And that kind of makes you feel bad. So it's not only the feeling of losing money, it is the bad feeling of knowing that because you shared this with someone, rather than this being a blessing to them, it ended up being a loss. And so anytime you do things like this, when you talk to people, we got to talk to people in a mentality of, okay, listen, you could lose all of your money doing this, and make sure they understand that disclaimer. And so this wouldn't be an opportunity for everybody because some people don't know how to minimize their risk. They'll throw it all in. But again, a person that's going to gamble, that's going to bet on a football game or basketball game that has $1,000 or $500 to throw away, they would do something like this, but they would also understand the risk, and it would be no harm, no foul if they lost because they already knew that they could lose it anyway. Now, to the untrained eye looking at Watermine, the first thing I would look at on this website is that if they are having advanced technology, who are they using to mine? You know, they got these contracts here, but where is any pictures of any mining? So I didn't see that. And then they don't have very good transparency. Like, you can't name one person in this company. You can't name the owner. I mean, there's an officer, but you can't name any owner. So there's too much anonymity that is present. And again, not enough transparency. And the only transparency that's been given is by people who are willing to share their experience with Watermine. And it should be more transparency. There should be a name attached to this. So when you're looking at stuff like this, you know, please look at that part. Now, even if it is a legit opportunity, I have had legit opportunities where I have lost money and they have shut down. And again, shutting down can happen to even things that are legit. In life, there is always a chance you take. Now, let me share with you my portion of Watermine. I'm going to share with you what I think about it. I'm going to share with you how I invested, because I did have a dear friend that, that showed this to me. And I said, y'all take a swing. And I showed this to other individuals that were willing to take a swing. But I did inform them that, listen, we could lose all of our money. So if you want to just play around with this, hey, play around with it. So let me just kind of go into my account. I'm going to show you what I invested. And again, for me being a person that earns 7 figures, I invested very cautiously. So I invested money I could afford to lose. So here's my initial investment, $443.95. That is something that I make every single hour. As a matter of fact, I didn't even invest all my crypto. Now, for those of you looking at this for the first time and you're thinking crypto as a whole is a scam, I can tell you honestly, crypto has been one of the most profitable things I have invested in my entire life. I nearly made over 7 figures just in crypto. Let me show you my wallet here now, as I'm even messing around with these altcoins and advising people on crypto. So just to kind of show you my wallet, this is what I have in my wallet. I have over $377,000 in crypto in my wallet. And so I didn't invest nearly any portion that would be damaging of that gains that I've gotten. So I advise you, when you're getting into opportunities like this, make sure you are investing something that you can afford to lose. I would say take 2% of what you make and put it into something like this, 2%. So this way, if you lose 2% of your money or 2% of your gains, it doesn't hurt you. And you're going to say, well, little reward, little risk. Well, hey, I would rather do little risk, because if it works out, then you can play with house money. So anytime you're investing in something like this, make sure that you get your principal out of there. Protect the principal. Get your principal out of there and then play with house money. And then at least this way you don't have a loss. So in going forward, let's just kind of break down some of the messages that Watermine is showing. And again, here, I think they're really playing with people's emotions, because obviously, let's read the message that they have here when you log into your dashboard. It says, the scammers are saying, we have worked day and night the last 3 days to make everything function again, but it has been nearly impossible to solve in such a small time frame. The hacker has gathered a lot of data, and they're requesting payouts if we continue. Really? So this statement right here is just such a line of crap. The hacker, so you know who the hacker is if they're requesting things for you. You should have security measures in there. So I don't buy any of this. I think Watermine decided to pull the rug, and I think they did it. I think one of them, whoever the scammers are, or whoever designed this, one of them pulled the rug earlier than the other one wanted to pull the rug. The other one was saying, hey, let's let this thing last for about 2 years. And one of them said, you know what? I'm ready to pull it now. And they had a disagreement. The two hackers had a disagreement. This was going down no matter what, but somebody, what I'm reading here, and just doing business, somebody said, no, let's pull the rug now, and pulled it earlier than the other one wanted to pull it, or the other two. One person pulled the rug earlier. They were all involved and were all going to shut this thing down eventually, but the time frame was unexpected to the original scammer. So that's what I'm reading into this. So we do not believe it is impossible to solve, but we need a minimum of a month. 90% of Watermine users cannot wait. Our name has been tarnished on Trustpilot. Of course, you're not paying people their investment. Obviously it would. People trusted you. People told their husbands. People told their friends. And you got to remember, you're not only violating people financially, you're violating people emotionally, you're violating people spiritually, because a lot of people are crushed by this. They're crushed. So Watermine, you should have at least kept your word, right? At least if you're gonna be honorable, give people their original principal back. Okay? Give people their original principal back and let them move on. Okay? Do that and at least maintain some respect if you're watching this. Now, it says many users are saying add more team members to speed up the process. You weren't adding any team members anyway. As we are very leery of adding new team members, we will try to pay out manually to those who are not in profits. Please stop Watermine promotion. So you're going to try to pay out manually to people who are not in profits? So what sense does that statement make? So if someone did profit like $9, you're not going to pay them at all? You're just going to keep the people that profits money? So come on. I mean, this is just a hogwash, right? Now, Watermine is making millions for investors. No, you haven't made millions for any investors, because a lot of investors have, pulled. I don't know anyone on YouTube that has made $1 million from Watermine. There is nobody on YouTube. Trust me. If there was someone that made $1 million, they literally would show their profits with, void of the IRS or anything like that, because it's in crypto, so the IRS really can't touch it. But anyway, if someone made 7 figures in Watermine, they would show it. So you haven't made anyone 7 figures. Now, some people probably have made close to it, but you haven't made anyone 7 figures that would have shown that. Now, the thing about it is we had no intention of closing an amazing opportunity. Please forgive us. We're not going to forgive you for scamming people. So, folks, I know you want to believe. I know you want to believe. And you have to at some point say, okay, look, I have to think about now trying to salvage, this as a learning experience and salvage what I can get back from Watermine. So what I want to encourage you to do is I want to encourage you, number one, there's a link below. I'm going to show you how you can claim some of your losses and get those back. Okay. I'll show you exactly how to do that. There's a video. And again, you fill out, put in your name and email. There's a video. And then also I'm going to show you more legitimate opportunities that will net you a higher return than Watermine. I'm going to show you how I made over $1 million in crypto, right? I'm going to show you how I even got to 377,000. So again, all of this is risk, right? So you want to make sure you're investing money that you can afford to lose. Now, for those of you who have my mentality and you're not mad about it. So, I mean, I put $443 in and it's showing me that I'm getting what, $9 a day and $9.76 a day. And which is total BS, because if I were earning that money in interest, then I would be able to withdraw it. So this is total BS. Now, for me, my opinion, and for those of you who have the mentality like I do, you say, hey, so what? It happens. I was going to bet this money on the Lakers winning, or I was going to bet this money on some other event, or I was going to do something else with this money. There's another opportunity that is, I wouldn't say is similar, but has more accountability than Watermine. Like, you know who the owner is. The owner is nationally known. And so, for those of you, I'm not deterred by Watermine at all. What I do want to do is, hey, I do want to just kind of take a swing at something else. and maybe just to recoup my day. Well, I've already recouped my days lost. This is what I make in an hour, right? So I want to do something else that's small just to kind of test out. And again, this type of investing is not for everyone, folks. It's not for everyone. If you're a person that just has a mindset of, hey, the hell with it, and you will throw your money into stuff, not really caring about it, and you know how to minimize your risk, then I have something that was shown to me. And literally, the individual that showed it to me is very reputable, made over $1 million, and it is documented. And it has more transparency than if you're interested and you still want to take a swing or you maybe want to recover something else, I can show you that. But keep in mind, if I do show you that, it's going to be on request. It is something where I would literally evaluate you and say, hey, listen, you realize that you can lose your money and you want to put in something that you don't care about. So if you want to throw in something that you don't care about, that's not going to hurt you, that's not going to hurt you financially, and you are willing to take a risk, then I have something for you. Now, for people who are not willing to take that risk and you're too hurt by this, I would say stay away from opportunities similar or like this. Stay away from them, stay clear of them, do something that's more legit. And if you want opportunities like that, I do have opportunities that are 3,000,000% legit and that can net you some profit. It's all about you guys who have lost getting your money back. So I got a link below. Click that link below and I will show you, number one, before I do anything, show you how to recover some of your money if you live in the United States. This recovery process does work. And I'm going to also show you basically some opportunity if you want to partake in it. Now, for those of you who don't want to really do anything risky, I got opportunities that are not risky. I mean, small risk, but not like Watermine, right? It's something where, it's very minimal, like $40 investment, and then you can net you a huge return. If you're a person that is willing to do some risky stuff and you want a big return, which something that is still going on now, it's still paying out, then I can show you that as well. But either way, opt into that list, and I do want to help those out there. And again, if you're done with this whole thing, if this just soured you, still opt into that list because I can at least show you how to recover your money and at least do you that favor. So I want to do something that nobody else on YouTube is really doing. They're not showing you how to recover your money, how to move on. And realistically, in the next 30 days, I don't think anything is going to happen. I don't think they're going to refund anybody any money. If they do, please post it on YouTube. Please be transparent. But I think Watermine is packing up and they're just kind of keeping you guys holding on, because here's the thing that I don't like. Why in Jesus' name, okay? And I'm a believer of God, and I hope God blesses us, to see the light here. If you know you're having problems with hackers, why do you still make it available for people to deposit more money? That is what I'm pissed off about. Why are you still having it open for deposits? Why can you still go into Watermine and set up a deposit? They haven't stopped it. They're saying, this is so stupid, folks. This is where you got to really look at their intention. What I don't like is they're playing with your emotions, okay? It says this, please stop Watermine promotions. Now, you own the site. You can stop Watermine promotions, Watermine. But no, you're leaving it here for investors to invest more money, hoping that they're stupid enough and saying, please stop it. That's like a thief in my neighborhood, and I leave my door wide open for them to come in. I say, please stop going to my house and robbing me, but I leave the door wide open for them to do it. Come on, Watermine. Come on. Really? So that kind of makes me sick. But with that said, folks, that's my time today. And click on that link below. Again, I'll show you how to recover some of your lost money. And if you want to take a more calculated, very low risk and an opportunity to make some money online, I can show you how I've built my 7-figure income. I can also show you, if you want to take some higher risk, how we have a program that has actually earned millions of dollars for people and they withdrew millions. It's still a risk, but hey, if you're a risk taker like me and maybe you want to, use that risk mentality that you have to recover, hey, I can disclose that to you as well. With that said, folks, have a blessed day, and I hope God blesses everyone. And don't worry, everything that was lost from you will come back. Just ask God to take care of it, and he will. Thank you, folks. God bless.